Over the next 10 minutes, I'm going to show you how you can take complete control of your lead generation and get paid to bring buyers into your business. These are not leads, these are not vanity metrics like clicks. I'm talking about actual buyers. And you'll see exactly how we do this using simple $1 products. So my name's Pete. I've been doing this for over a decade, helping businesses scale to multi-6 and 7-figure months using smart, scalable growth systems and, no hustle, no hope, that kind of stuff. Whether it's info products, SaaS services, e-com, it's worked for all of these. And I know that you might be thinking, surely this $1 product system can't work across all these industries. But honestly, the system behind it can, because the fundamentals of growth do not change regardless of the business model, regardless of the niche. So it's effectively, to grow your business, you need volume of buyers coming in. You need those buyers, you need good volume of them, and you need to profit from repeat purchases. And that comes down to the 3 rules of revenue growth that I think it was Jay Abraham that initially outlined these, and that is that to grow the revenue of your business, you really only need to focus on these 3 things. Bring in more buyers. If you can bring in more buyers, you're going to have more opportunities for sales. And essentially, the business that gets 10 buyers a day is going to have more opportunities than the business that brings in 2 or 3. Now, you can also increase the revenue by focusing on the transaction value. Get those buyers to pay you more money. Again, imagine an equal number of buyers. One business can get each buyer to pay them $20. One can get each buyer to pay them $50. Who's going to be the better business? Who's going to win long term? It's that latter business, because they can then afford to spend more to market. They just have better profits, all of this stuff. But the real winner is repeat purchases, right? What you need to be doing is getting somebody to come into your business and pay you once $20 is great. Getting them to come in and pay you $20 a day, $50 next month, $100 a month after. That's the winner. Now, a $1 product helps you hit these first 2. And this is where most businesses are deficient. Most businesses don't have a steady stream of high intent buyer leads coming into their business, right? Which means that they're never going to get those repeat purchases. A $1 product helps you hit these first 2 in a way that offsets the ad costs and allows you to scale quickly and profitably, because you're getting paid back very quick, so you can afford to invest more money in your marketing, bring in more daily buyers, and the system also handles the transaction value so that you're not only just breaking even, hopefully you're making a small profit for each buyer that comes into your business. And this is a different method to most of the common marketing advice out there right now, which is frankly outdated and ineffective for most businesses. Things have changed a lot in the last 12 months. You've probably seen a lot of the marketing that used to work just isn't anymore. Because here's the truth in marketing in 2025, most of those old approaches that you're familiar with and that you maybe have tried, you probably know this, they're dying. Things have changed a lot over the last, especially like the 12, 18 to 24 months, okay? The go-to strategies that people are still talking about, they're either dying or they're already dead. And it really comes down to there's massively increased costs and massively increased competition. People are still running the same playbooks from a couple of years ago and wondering why they're not getting any results. It's because they just don't work. Those old systems, they are no longer effective. Free lead magnets. This is something that I've been moving away from for a long time. People still talk about free lead magnets like it's a wonderful way to get people into your business. What this does is it attracts freebie seekers. Essentially, people who come into your business with a free sample, do you know what they want? They want more free stuff. It's very, very difficult to get someone to go from free to paid. Very difficult, and only getting harder as people sort of tighten their purse strings. Webinar funnels have always been a staple of online marketing, and they still work. Don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that these don't work. Webinar funnels are great, but you have to be world class, to get this to really print money. Ad costs are increased, so the profits that you can make from webinar funnels are really low unless you are one of the best in the world and have this dialed in perfectly. And even then, it's going to be nowhere near as profitable as it used to be. Cold DMs. AI has made this really difficult to stand out. Everybody's inbox are packed full of DMs, and it's become slow to actually get through there. The same with cold email. So I remember way back I used to do cold email for my freelance business about 10 years ago, and I could send emails to 100 or 200 people a month from my primary inbox that I was using to run my business, no secondary inboxes. And I would get between 2 and 4 clients every month out of every 100 people that I messaged. Some would be one-off, some would be ongoing, but it was easy. If I needed new clients, I'd just get 100 people and I'd email them. Boom, done, easy. Now you see people and they're sending thousands of emails to get 9 booked calls. Those are terrible ratios. And not only that, you need like multiple domains, and within each domain, multiple inboxes, and then you need to ramp up the sends and all of this. And it's become this beast of a system that most people cannot maintain. Organic, well, ridiculous right now. Social platforms, the reach has been obliterated. Organic content is very, very difficult to scale because now Google and everybody's putting in these like AI summaries with no click results. Much, much harder now to scale organic than it used to be. And then the other thing that people use is ads to a high ticket offer. But I mean, really, is this going to work? Let's face it. How often are you going to go and spend $2,000 plus with somebody that you don't know because you've clicked on an ad? Very, very, very low conversion rates. And because those ad costs are increasing, you used to be able to get somebody on a call for anywhere between $30 and $100. You're now looking at anything from $300 to $700 just to get a sales call. Now, if you're selling a $2,000 product and you've got a 50% conversion rate, you've then spent $1,400 to make $2,000. And that is just, their $600 profit. Then if you bring in setters and closers and all of these things, where's the money, right? It's not working. So for a lot of these models, you're also looking at a long payback period, right? So you're going to pay, and don't get me wrong, you're always paying with any marketing that you're doing. Even if you're not investing in ads, you're always paying because your time is worth something to send those emails, to do those sales calls. That's all worth something. You're paying now, and then there is a long period before you actually collect any money back. And so you could sink, $2,000 in here before you make $2,000 here. Most businesses are not able to weather this 2, 3, 4, 5 week plus period of time. And if you're putting money into ads every day, you're going to have something like this where it looks like you're losing money every single day, and you're hoping that this sale that happens 3 weeks later is enough to offset all of the spend that you've made. Very, very difficult. And that's why so many people right now are struggling to run high profit businesses, because these old models are broken right now. They're just not working. Ad costs have made it prohibitive. Organic marketing is really, really, really difficult right now. Now compare that to the $1 product system. Okay. So this is a system that I've been using for the last 18 months, and it is outperforming everything else that I've done. So $1 product funnels. Essentially, and I'll show you exactly what this is in a minute, but this pulls in real buyers, not freebie seekers, but real buyers every single day. So you're going to make daily sales. Everybody who buys with this system that I'll run you through shortly has an immediate average order value between that initial dollar and $500. So you can make, for an individual person, $100 to $500 per person coming into your business. So that means that you can run ads effectively because you don't have these long payback periods. You're going to get paid back every single day, and the money that you put into ads today, you could get back as quickly as later that day or tomorrow. Okay, so then your cash flow looks like this. Yes, you're spending money today, you're making money back today, and then maybe somebody takes the higher ticket offer here. And because you've got more opportunities, there's going to be more of those higher ticket offers coming in. So you're kind of offsetting your ad spend every single day. And then anything that you sell here, if this was that $2,000 product that we spoke of earlier, that's $2,000 straight profit. None of this I've spent $1,400 to get somebody in on a $2,000 product. It's all done because you've covered your ad costs with this $1 product. Okay, very, very quick turnaround. $100 in today, they go into your $1 product funnel. You make at least $100 back by tomorrow. So you're never going into debt. You are attracting people who are serious buyers. They put the money where their mouth is. And then that means that you can roll this money back into more acquisition over here to reach more people, bring in more opportunities, and then sell more of these high ticket offers at full profit. And that's essentially what the $1 product does. The most interesting thing that we found by running these across hundreds of different experiments is that people who spend even a single dollar with your business are 12 to 56 times more likely to buy from you again. As you can see here from somebody who implemented it. Buyers of the $1 product, 12x more likely to go on to buy another product. That's where the real profit's made. Remember those 3 rules? $1 product helps you bring in daily buyers. This funnel that I'll show you now helps you increase that average order value, and the 12x more likely to buy again. That's the real profit, okay? And it means that you never go deep into debt, but you're still attracting people every single day for more opportunities. And that's the key thing. It's about the opportunities. Okay. So the old way would bring in free leads, and it's very, very difficult to get free leads to pay you any money. There's a very slow payback. You have to be able to eat those costs that you're spending on marketing for a week, 2 weeks, 5 weeks, 10 weeks, whatever it might be, the higher cost, the high ticket offer, the longer that payback period is going to be. Because again, converting free leads into paid takes a very long time, if at all. It's very high effort, it's very low return, and you end up with a ton of unqualified leads. Like if you've ever done a book a call funnel, you do something like a webinar, hey, book a call. Most of the people who will come through are not a good fit for your program, your system, your service, okay? So you end up spending more time with unqualified people and then people who just don't show. And it's very much hope-based growth. It's like, this should work. Hopefully we'll find out in 3 weeks, and I hope that this is all done well. $1 products. You get paying customers every single day, so they're coming in all the time. Very fast payback, so you're never really going into debt. This is low effort. Once it's set up, it's maintenance mode. Setting it up is a bit of effort, but once you get it going, it's very, very high leverage, and you can just really scale this thing up. People who buy are pre-qualified for the high ticket offer. People who put their money where their mouth is are far more serious and more likely to spend again. So they're pre-qualified. Data-driven sales. You get data back every single day, so you know what's working, what's not, and how to adapt to get better results as you move forward. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that you're going to make $1 bajillion off selling $1 products. That's not their intent. Their intent is to bring in people at scale, to give you more opportunities to sell your primary offer. And that's what a lot of people don't have, is they don't have the volume. They're trying to sell the same offer to the same people again and again and again. And then they wonder why it becomes less and less effective. It's because you're not constantly finding new opportunities, and it's hard right now to find those new opportunities because marketing is so difficult. $1 products just bring in buyers every single day to give you more opportunities to scale your business, okay? And actually, if you look out in the wild, you'll see that the vast majority of the big players are using this kind of system to grow their business. So here's an example from Digital Marketer. You can see the URL up here. And this is a $7 product. Okay, so it's the same concept as a $1 product offer. You're coming in something very, very low cost, solves a problem, then you can upsell those people. Here's Russell Brunson, a $100 online challenge. Again, that's an impulse buy to get people in, and then you can sell them more and more and more. So this is from one of the Agora subsidiaries. If you don't know the Agora, it's a $1 billion newsletter brand. And here they have, it's not $1, it's $189, but it's the same concept, right? They get you in there and then they'll sell you more stuff. We've done dozens, hundreds of analysis in Growth Models Plus about these. And, you'd see it from everything from the common digital marketers that you know of, like Russell Brunson, Ryan Deiss, all the way up to Tony Robbins. We recently did an analysis of him doing the same sort of thing, right? They're all using these low ticket funnels like the $1 product system, because this is the most effective way to scale this year. It's fast to test, it's easy to run, and it's very affordable to scale because you're making money back every single day. You're not having to waste money to find out what may or may not work in 2, 3, 4, 5 weeks down the line. You know what's working within 48 hours. So how does this actually work? Okay, so you could probably think about like, yeah, Pete, how am I ever going to make money off selling a $1 product? And you're right, you're never going to make good money off selling a $1 product. But essentially, I'll show you how we build this out. So you have your $1 product, and cold traffic is being directed to the $1 product. You can direct cold traffic to this in any way that you want, from social. You can do warm traffic from your email list. You can do cold outreach to this kind of stuff. I like ads because they give me more control over how many people are going to see my stuff. And you build a product that solves a very, very specific problem. The more specific, the better. It's a very, very easy solution. It's easy to install for that user. They can basically take this $1 product, go and use it that day, that week, and start to see some sort of traction. And it has to be irresistible for them, right? So you're going to solve the problem in a way that's faster, easier, cheaper than anything that they're doing. It's going to get rid of that big issue, and it's going to take them very little time to implement. That is what will turn somebody who doesn't know you into, do you know what, I'll give this a try. Okay, that's how you get them on the impulse purchase. And you're probably looking at this thinking, how on earth do you get that up to like a $500 average order value? So that's when we come in with the next step. So the big thing when you're running any sort of acquisition is average order value has to be higher than the cost per acquisition. So we now want to look at how can we increase the average order value to offset any cost that we have with marketing. Cold traffic, we had a bump offer. The bump offer is an accelerator for the $1 product, and it will make implementing this faster, easier, or cheaper than them doing it on their own. And here we'll put this at say $47. So we've now gone, the order value could be between $1 and $48, depending on how that all pans out. We're still not there yet. And then what you do is you start adding on upsells. The upsells are either accelerators, again, solve the problem even faster, even cheaper, even easier, or they solve the next problem. You've now lost weight. Let's look at how we can maintain your new healthy weight, that kind of thing. And in this case, I've just put 97 and 97 here. You can string these together more and more. We now have an order value of between 1 and 242, and you can add more or you can increase the price of these to get that average order value up. But essentially all that we're looking to do is have the average order value be greater than the CPA. The $1 product challenge allows you to understand how to set these up so that that average order value covers your cost per acquisition. And that's the big thing, right? I've seen lots of people who have tried to run self-liquidating offers in the past and they say, oh, these don't work. And there's a couple of reasons why it never works for people. The first is that they're trying to make all of the profit off this system. This is not a profit system. This is fuel for the profit engine of your business, which is your primary offer, right? It's just to get more people in. You can make good profit off this if you're getting like a 1.3 ROAS. So every dollar you spend, you're making $1.30 back and you're spending $30K a month. You're going to do all right because, you're going to be making 30% on that, which would be $9K profit off that, which is good. But really, don't think of this as where you make the profit. The next thing people get wrong is they overcomplicate this offer. And they say like, it's got to be too big. The smaller, the better. The easier to implement, the better. Solve a very small, very specific problem that the majority of your audience has. It'll do well. Not having these clear upsells. And this is one of the big reasons you have to increase that average order value, right? If you're just selling this at $1, $7, $27, you're never really going to cover the cost of anything, okay? So you need to have the bump and the upsells all there. Otherwise, you're never going to make the money back. Last bit that people always get wrong is that patience is needed. You can set this up and you can start seeing results with this in, one day after you've set it up. But sometimes it takes a little while to dial in, and you're never going to hit your best profit and best average order value right off the bat. So it takes a bit of patience and a bit of tweaking once it's set up. But nail those. This becomes a machine that you can increase or decrease whenever you want to bring more buyers into your business. The big question is, does it work? So here's some real results. So this was my first initial ever $1 product. And you can see we got $1, $1, $48 from bump offers, $48 here. And then obviously I sold some more stuff to those people who were buyers. I ended up with something like 26 customers, and from those I made $4,069 in 10 days of launching this to a cold audience where all I did was community promotion. Great. Somebody else who used this saw all of their key vanity metrics decrease, traffic's down, YouTube views are down, but most importantly, revenue was 20% higher. And as you see, this never happens when I really focused on this $1 product strategy. Really good, right? So that's in our private community, 20% revenue increase. Somebody implemented this. They made $327 in 5 hours after implementing this. And then within a week, $1,700 just from a $1 product. As I said earlier, 12 times more likely to get repeat buyers. And this person here is proof of that because they hit their first $1,000 day by selling $1 products and then selling those people more things. Anybody can implement this in their business. It's really simple. Once you understand this system, you can set up profitable acquisition funnels that bring new buyers in every single day to your business at break even or at profit, which sets up your profit engine of your primary offers later on to make more and more money. And then to increase things, all you have to do is increase the marketing. If that's ads, you increase the spend and how many people it's reaching. If it's organic, you just increase the output of the organic content and bring in more people in. It's that simple. Once the system is locked in, it is great, okay? What it essentially enables is daily sales. Really, daily sales is not about the little bits of money that you're making. This is daily opportunities. The more people who you can bring into your business that are customers, the more opportunities you have to sell your primary profit driving offer. Quick data and payback. So you're not waiting 2-3 months to understand whether or not something works. You're waiting 2-3 days. Okay. You end up with a full list of buyers and customers, not free leads who kind of come in and waste your time and ask for more free stuff. These are self-liquidating ads so that you can run ads effectively and very cheaply, or even at a profit, and get paid to bring people into your business. But really, it's all about more serious buyers into your biz. There's no more hoping, no more guessing. It's just consistent buyer flow and cash flow for your business. Now, if you want to know how to implement this, I put everything on how to set this up. The entire system, the strategy, the templates, tech walkthroughs. It's all in this very simple course. It's helped hundreds of other entrepreneurs set this up. These are just a handful of the social proof and testimonials that we've got on this. And you can grab the whole thing for just $27 a day by clicking below this video. I could easily sell this for $500,000 because it's helped people make so much more money. But I want people to get this and to start to understand that the game has changed for profitable acquisition and lead acquisition for your business. And if you're still using those old methods, you're going to get left behind. This is the best way to grow your business in 2025. If you can get this set up, daily buyers, daily opportunities, better cash flow, feed that profit engine of your business. Look, and if this doesn't work, you can jump in, you can test the whole thing, implement it. And if in 14 days you're like, this isn't working, just ask for a refund. You get a refund with no risk and no fluff, no questions. But if you are looking at a better way to grow your business in 2025 and beyond, this is what you need, the $1 product challenge. This will not only show you how to get leads for right now, but this is a timeless system that will help you grow any business, any offer in any niche from now until forever. Any questions, let me know. But otherwise, I'll see you on the inside of the $1 product challenge.